Item 11, discuss proclamation process.
Yeah, thank you. So I'm just going to read the executive summary. So the current proclamation page on our website, and I just want to say thank you. Also, I was working with Paola on this. So the current proclamation page on our website states, the Johnson County Board of Supervisors welcomes the opportunity to honor, celebrate, and recognize notable days, weeks, months, and issues within the county by reading and presenting proclamations during their weekly formal meeting. Proclamations are granted in the interest of promoting local art and cultural celebrations and to raise public awareness of local issues that impact residents of Johnson County. So that's what we put out there on the website. And then our board invites members of the community to come to our office to be recognized, oftentimes for, as we know, the incredible work that's being done in our community. At the same time, our county population continues to diversify as more immigrants, people of color, differently abled, LGBTQ plus community members seek our county as a destination from an increasingly unwelcoming and harmful state. As the Board of Supervisors have acknowledged the importance of diversity, equity, and inclusion, DEI, in our county, and have dedicated resources towards this ethos, such as creating a staff DEI coordinator position, as well as a DEI committee, it is incumbent upon us to be very mindful of our own biases as we welcome people from all different backgrounds and origins into our office. There have been harmful moments that have occurred during proclamations this year, and I would like to ask us to do a better job investigating our own cultural biases and areas of growth. Therefore, I ask to pause inviting people into this office to accept a proclamation until we have done our own work internally and work with the DEI coordinator to create a better process. So the recommendation is to pause our proclamations until we, the Board of Supervisors, have examined the current policies and procedures on proclamation development, and these may include review proclamation purpose statement on the website that I read, and then to realign our purpose and other procedural changes. So that's kind of what I would hope to talk about a bit today. And I'm happy to answer questions or, thought processes, to why bringing this forward, but that's what I'm hoping to discuss today.
Well, I'll start off with saying that I think it's really important with everything we do that we make sure we look through the lens of DEI and have that be, something that gives us guidance. That being said, I will also say that there are many proclamations we have that really, you still are going to look through that lens, but it's not the determining factor on it. For example, labor, the two we have tomorrow.
Yeah.
Cancer. Labor, the ovarian cancer. A lot of the health ones, I would say, just are not specific to. You still look through that lens. It's important to acknowledge that, but there are some, and so I just want us to keep in mind that if I don't know if part of the goal is to eliminate some of them, or any number of things could be part of our goal, but to just remember that they're not all, the type that have a large focus on DEI.
Can I peek at your list?
Yeah,
Lisa,
sure.
Thanks.
Yeah, and again, I think, some of the focus is really on looking at, the process also for proclamations. Currently, there really isn't one. It's sort of, if you know people, like, I'll just choose, transgender and awareness proclamation that was done. It was sort of one of my first that I was involved with, and the process was interesting to me because it was like, you're a transgender person, so do you know people in the community that you want to invite to receive the proclamation? And I think that part of what we're hoping to do is to create, genuine, lasting relationships with our community members who are doing work, whether that's transgender rights or ovarian cancer research. And so
Excuse me, V,
I
could
not-
you push your microphone just a bit closer?
I was having some weird feedback.
I think
That's-
we got that
Did you
part
resolve that? Okay.
fixed. Yeah.
Sure, yeah, thanks. So the process, I think, should be examined as to how do we, invite people to accept proclamations, just to start with. Had I not been here to do that, it would have been incumbent upon one of you all to do that. I'm just like curious what that process could do when we look at things like Indigenous Peoples' Day or, Latino, just celebrating other cultures. And it may not apply to all of them, but I think that, examining that, even just the process could be improved. But I think that's all part of the discussion that we need to have.
You could kind of, on the one hand, you could paraphrase Vice President John Nance Garner and say, it's not worth a warm bucket of spit. It's just a proclamation. It doesn't mean anything. But I think for the most part, every time we do one, somebody feels a little better because we did it,
Oh, yeah, and
I
the day
think
we
there's-
had the trans families
Yeah,
in
that was a
here,
really good
you
example
can't
of one that.
convince me that they didn't
It's
appreciate that.
incredible.
Yeah, I think we've had a lot of moments like that, and sometimes it's not as obvious or overt, but there are still, sometimes the only thing your local government can do for you is make you feel a little better, and that's okay. If that's all we can offer somebody, I'm okay with that, It doesn't take that much of our time or money or effort, so why not? I'm fine with that. I think the challenge is, if the idea is somebody's gonna come in and what we want to have happen is that they leave feeling better, is that they leave feeling better.
Yeah.
So if they don't, that, we have to figure out what happened that they don't. But I would say the vast majority of the time people do. So I want to be careful a little bit with baby and bathwater,
Yeah, of course, of course.
Well, I want to say something. Let's just be real. I don't know why y'all overskipping everything. I have been here damn near 5 years, and proclamations have been something that we have done over and over again, whether it be from aging to the bees to whatever. We've had all kind of proclamations, kind of crazy proclamations, like, wow, this is, learning new stuff on different stuff. And each one of us are asked, if we want to say something, it's open to the public. We can voice our opinion. So let's just get to the meat and bread of what's really going on, because I have never, since sitting up here, have seen anyone up here hurt anyone during a proclamation, except when I voiced my opinion, July 5th or 6th, that when the Indigenous person came in here. And for her to come in here and present the way she did, yes, she's Indigenous, and yes, she's your friend, and I know what y'all are doing, but y'all won't come out and say it. Just be honest. What you're saying is, yes, B. What this is about is when she come in here and she spoke, she literally, when she started out, she talked about the 4th of July parade and how she felt racism. She felt that. And that's understandable. And you all felt it too, because you all end up sending out a letter on behalf of Johnson County, which had nothing to do with me, because I didn't know nothing about it until it was already going out, on official statement denouncing racism in the 4th of July parade. Okay, y'all did that. But when she was up there talking, what I said, and I came to each one of you and told you, because nobody talked to me about this or even asked me, why did you say what you had to say? Why did you do that? Nobody questioned me. Nobody said anything. I went and told people why I did what I did. When she said it was about racism in her, and how their community felt, well, I turned around and said, I would like to see the same thing reciprocated in our community from you about the support that you wanted to see us give you. So when it happened to us, when we were called coons and niggas through the TRC, not the TRC, yeah, the TRC chair, when she literally called us coons, I didn't see nobody from Johnson County supervisor. Not one person from Johnson County, neither one of 4 of you wrote a letter on behalf of me or
Thank
the
you for that,
black.
Paula. I also just want to reiterate, and I think I said it on July 5th or 6th when Sakawas had come, that, I'm not really here to call people out. I'm really here to call us in. I said it at that meeting that that was not the only time. I'm not trying to say that it's just you, Royceann. I'm not trying to say that. And I think these meetings are publicly recorded. So if we wanted to go back and see where some of these transgressions have occurred, like, that's possible to do. So I know personally that this is not the only time. I've only been on this board 8 months, and I've seen numerous times, and I've had to personally apologize to people afterwards. So that's why I'm asking to do this, because I think that we can and are better than that. And it's just deeply important to me, and I know all of us, that when people come in, as Rod said, they feel heard and that they leave feeling better.